What is the number one thing that you fear? Is it failure? Is it the future? Is it weakness and vulnerability? Is it death? What do you doubt? Doubt is like fear's first cousin, and it can plague us. Do you doubt anything? Do you doubt yourself? Do you doubt others? Do you doubt God? How do you handle fear and doubt when they come inevitably into your life? When they push their way in? What do you do with them? How do you treat them? Do you give in or do you push back? I know what it's like to be afraid. I know what it's like to have doubt. I've been in situations where the bank account was empty or just about empty. I've been in situations when I didn't know if I would make it. I've been in situations when it was difficult to get out of bed, when you just didn't think you could take another step. I've been in situations where all I wanted to do was just hide. But I'm here. And I'm still alive. And I'm still going. And it's not like I'm Superman. There's just one key thing that I've learned. I want to talk to you about that today. But before we can even get there, we need to first understand what we are dealing with. It's like the first rule of war. You have to understand your enemy. If you don't know what you're up against, you will never be able to plan your defenses and make a strategy. So to overcome fear and doubt, which we all want to do, we need to define them. Fear is a feeling of foreboding or dread. It's a feeling of impending distress or misfortune. Fear leaves us frozen, unable to move forward. Fear puts us into flight or fight, where we feel like the only thing we do is run away or turn to violent means. Fear keeps us from taking risks. It keeps us moving where we are, out into the place of the unknown, the place where we can discover endless possibilities that are out there. To think about this correctly, let's imagine you're about to go out on a voyage. You're one of those guys who's going to discover something new. And you're there, you're about to go out, and you're about to set sail, and then something overcomes you, this feeling of dread. What is out there? They're dangerous creatures, bad weather, whirlpools, unknown entities. What's out there? How can I make it? In that moment, there are many people that felt that and could have let fear keep them and doubt keep them from making history. But they didn't. They kept going. See, you could discover all those things, those dangerous entities and those storms of life, but you could also discover new lands, new islands, new opportunities for advancement in trade. See, when we listen to fear, we will make a decision to stick with what we know, to stay in the realm of the known, which will confine us to a limited set of options, the ones we already know of. And if we already know of them, we would have already done them. We would have made it happen to advance and better ourselves. Doubt. What is doubt? It's a feeling of uncertainty, a lack of confidence or conviction. And if we let doubt rule, we will never be great. We'll be stuck in mediocrity. See, doubt keeps us still and immobilizes us. When we let doubt rule our lives, we will never achieve our potential because we'll never have the confidence required to take us over the edge into the unknown. And it's in the unknown where destiny awaits. Where do fear and doubt come from? Any number of things. Maybe for you it was a failed business. You tried to start a business and it didn't work. Now the disappointment you felt from failure has created a fear that clouds the potential for victory and joy. It's created a doubt of your own abilities and your own self. The fear of failure can cripple us. Maybe it was a bad relationship. You thought it was going to work and it didn't. And now you're left with your confidence shattered and your heart in pieces. You need to pick up the pieces and you just don't think you can do it again. The fear of pain can keep us from finding the fulfillment and joy of relationships. Maybe it was something that was done to you. You trusted a friend to have your best interests at heart, and then you found out they talked behind your back and they got the promotion that you were aiming for. You trusted them and they took advantage of you. Now you doubt your ability and you don't trust anybody anymore. Fear of betrayal can prevent us from going after the promotion and even having basic trust in people, the trust that's necessary to accomplish anything of value in this world. So how do we overcome the two dragons, the twins of fear and doubt? Well, the answer is faith. See, fear and doubt are not new. They've been around as long as there have been people. And there's this ancient letter. It's written from a mentor to his protege. And this letter can give us some insight and wisdom into facing fear and its close cousin, doubt. In a letter that the Apostle Paul wrote to his protege Timothy, here's what he says. For this reason, I remind you to fan into the flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For the Spirit of God, and the Spirit that God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Timothy was Paul's disciples, and he's facing resistance and conflict in his mission. Dread and apprehension are his daily companions. And Paul's advice to him is to do three things. To remember the gift God gave him. To remember the people who believe in him. And to look to the internal strength of character that God provides through his Spirit. So remember the gift God gave you. You were made for greatness. You have inherent skills, innate talents, and abilities that only you can provide. You can make the difference in your circle of influence because you might be the only one who has those skills. Remember, God has gifted you with life, with abilities, with motivation. Take them, use them, make something great. Remember the people around you. There are people that are here for you. Sure, people may have hurt you, but I promise you, if you think hard enough and long enough, you will find those people that care for you. Who's been there when everyone else left? Who loves you? Who cares for you? Who texts you? Who wants to know how you're doing? Who are the real friends? Because those are the people you need to surround yourself with. There are people around you. There are people that care. Find a mentor. Find a friend. Find someone who loves you. Don't give up because there are good people out there and God has the right relationships for you waiting. And remember the Spirit God gave you. He gave you a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline. See, fear and doubt can only be overcome through power and confidence. They're overcome when we realize that we know the one who knows all things. And there's no mystery that he can't solve. There's no secret he can't reveal. There's no fact that he doesn't know. What's the next best thing to having all the information? Well, it's knowing the person who has all the information. And in this case, this person who has all the information actually cares about you more than you can imagine. When we realize that we have a gift that our Creator has endowed us with, that we can have confidence to move forward with this gift. No matter what uncertainty we face, we can have confidence that God will bring us the right people into our life. We can trust that the one who's gifted us already knows what's going to happen and has provided us with what we need to accomplish what He wants. Faith is the trust we have in God that's expressed through our concrete actions in daily life. We express it by giving generously, knowing that even though we won't see that money again, we know that the one who has power to provide us with all the money we need and beyond will channel resources to those He trusts, which are those who give generously to family, friends, and to those in need. We express trust by choosing not to take revenge on the person who cheated us or cheated on us, and know that God knows why they did what they did, and He can discipline them in a way that's both redemptive for them and fruitful for us and those around them. We give concrete expressions of our trust in God when we show ourselves as trustworthy and gain access even to the power to live out the life God has laid in front of us. And as we do this, we experience God as provider, caregiver. And the more that we do this, the less fear and doubt hold our lives. In other words, the extent to which we allow fear and doubt to control our actions and decisions indicates the quality of our relationship with God. The more we know God, the less fear and doubt control us. So, remember your gift. Remember the people that God has put in your life. And remember God, who has given you a spirit and has the resources to enable you to accomplish anything He asks you to do.